everyone. Welcome to the Mahogany Life channel. I am Mahogany, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can receive any notifications the next time that a video has been posted. If this is not your first time and you are a repeating or returning individual to my channel, welcome back, and I do hope that this video does serve some purpose. I'm gonna just jump right into it because it's late and I'm just get straight to the point. If you've noticed in the topic, it does indicate these are things that patients should know before starting IVF. One of the first things is, it may not seem like a big deal, but it is. Before I go any further, disclaimer: I am not a physician. I am not a reproductive endocrinologist. I am not a doctor or an OB, none of that. However, I am a certified, licensed, and board registered pharmacy technician who deals with infertility medications on a day-to-day basis with patients who are undergoing IVF treatments. So I would like to think that I'm a little bit educated when it comes to this video or this purposes. So moving along, again, as I was stating, know who your insurance is. It does seem like it's a very simple, very small thing that doesn't really need much attention, but you'd be surprised as to how many patients aren't aware of the difference between a pharmacy and your insurance. If you get a medical insurance card or a medical card that you get in the mail or anything in regards to your provider, look on the back side, and that should basically tell you who your insurance is. If you call that number for member services, it's going straight to your insurance provider. When you're calling your insurance, please make sure that you are verifying with them if infertility is covered. Not every insurance process or insurance provider will cover infertility medications or procedures, so you definitely want to clarify that with them before you move any further. In regards to that, clarify if they are requiring any type of infertility enrollment. Some insurances will require you to be enrolled in their infertility program, which may be outsourced to a different management department or entity. Make sure you're verifying that with them before you disconnect the call. And if they do require an enrollment, ask them if that enrollment requires them to be on, to place you on a spreadsheet that the pharmacy should have before they can complete any documentation or any information that's needed going forward. If they do not have that information on that list, then that pharmacy entity that is doing what is called a prior authorization cannot do that because they are not instructed to do so, meaning you have to be enrolled, you have to be placed on their infertility spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet has to be sent to that management company who is handling your pharmacy benefits. Again, they're contracted by your insurance, so it's not that simple. Also, again, with the pharmacy benefit manager, know who they are, know what they are. They handle your prior authorizations or anything that has to do with your pharmacy benefits when they are contracted by your insurance. So they're not just doing it on their own. They're following the rules that are set in place by your insurance provider. Prior authorization, as I notated, or as I stated prior authorization is exactly what it sounds like. You have to have some form of legal authorization medically from a physician prior to them dispensing medication. In other words, you need the medication, prove to us that you need the medication. Where's the documentation for that? If you prove it and it does meet the standards of the insurance, then they'll pay a good amount of the insurance or of the medication costs at the pharmacy. For some patients, that is a costly infertility period. It doesn't matter your journey. If you're just doing embryo transfers, if you're just harvesting eggs, it is very costly. I do believe harvesting eggs is about 20 grand at minimum, maybe. So make sure that you're just understanding if a prior authorization is indeed needed. And if the prior authorization is needed, you definitely want to make sure that you're asking your insurance, who handles the prior authorizations? Who is my pharmacy benefit manager, where I can make sure that they are getting the right information from my physician that they are needing. Clarify with your infertility medications, and this is key. What is preferred under my infertility coverage? Which medications are preferred for my doctor to actually have the pharmacy process that are little, maybe no cost to me? If the medications are preferred that your doctor is not willing to use, So if the insurance needs Avodrel, but your doctor's office doesn't use Avodrel, then they need to at least know ahead of time that's not a preferred medication. Most doctor's offices are familiar with the fact that if it's a non-preferred, HCG, Novarel, Pregno, for some plans, that may be considered non-preferred. The doctor's offices are easier because it's stronger, it's more potent, I guess, in a way. Don't quote me on that, but it's not strong enough is what I've gotten a lot from nurses, is that Avodrel is not strong enough for the usage of HCG, Novarel, or Pregno. So make sure that you are asking your insurance, hey, is this a covered medication? And if it's covered under my pharmacy benefits, is this a preferred drug? Are you preferring that I try something else? Or is this okay? That's going to play a big role in getting your medications dispensed, because if they need to be prior authorized and it is not a preferred, there is a strong chance that they may not cover the medication, and you as a patient may have to pay out of pocket for that. And for some patients, paying out of pocket is kind of costly, kind of pricey for at least that medication. Do not wait to send your prescriptions to the pharmacy. IVF is a time process. It is something that you have to do on a strict schedule, because you are placing hormones within the human body that would normally disperse on their own at least through a month's time. So you don't have that kind of time with that window to wait. In some doctor's offices may say, well, call us or send a prescription when you start your day one cycle. Don't wait until you start your cycle. Get all of this information first so that you can actually contact the right areas, or make sure that the prescription is getting to the right areas, so that 1, you don't start the medication or start the process. 2, you're not needing the medication in the middle of the process and can't get it. Or 3, you are not approved for said medications while you are in the middle of these hormonal cycles, and now you have to cancel the cycle, which you lose money on in a way, and you have to start all over again, hoping that you can get this medication and not have to pay so much out of pocket without asking for a reimbursement. Contact your pharmacy for estimates of the medication costs. That makes it so much easier for you as a patient. You're calling to see, hey, I need these 4 medications. Can you give me a rough estimate of what they may cost, either out of pocket or with insurance coverage? They can give you that estimate more accurately at the pharmacy that's dispensing it. And most importantly, and the least of them all, pre-schedule your shipments. You can always call the pharmacy and have the pharmacies process the prescriptions ahead of time, or basically not process them ahead of time, but they can actually set up the shipment. Okay, this is your address. Verify your address. Verify when you might need it. If you send the prescription, which they all tie in together, you can call the pharmacy and say, hey, I have a prescription for 5 medications. Oh, they need to be prior authorized. Okay, that's fine. Prior to me getting the authorization, can we just verify my address for shipping? It's not that hard. They can verify that for you. So while you're verifying that, the doctor's office can be working on getting your prior authorizations. So in a nutshell, understand your insurance. Understand if infertility is covered. Do you need to be enrolled? Is that enrollment going to require you to be on a spreadsheet? Who is my PBM, my pharmacy benefit manager? Do I need to have anything sent over to them aside for a prior authorization? Is a prior authorization needed? What is the preferred medication? Can I set up my address for shipping? Pre-schedule your shipments and make sure the prior authorizations are processed. I hope that this was, although quick, I hope that this was as informative. I see this on a day-to-day basis. So if you have any other questions, comments, concerns in regards to the IVF process, please go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Again, I do appreciate you all for coming by and sitting in on my TED Talk per se. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications, and until next time, thanks for coming by.